On the subject of Nintendo stuff, Pokemon. I don't think we discussed Pokemon, did we?
No, we haven't. Saved it for last, I think.
Oh boy. On the subject of Nintendo getting away with stuff, I think we did mention it in bypassing, talking about Game Freak and stuff like that. But
Yes.
yeah, apparently the new update for Pokemon came out, and the people that have Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have told me that the update has made the system worse for them.
Which is impressive, honestly.
Apparently, they were trying to do graphical updates, but
Because that was the
they
problem everyone had with the game. Graphics.
yeah, graphical updates with the shadows, and not trying to fix the fact that their characters are clipping through the floor.
It's just... I love it with the bike. It's like, wow, Gmail looks amazing.
Or the fact that one bug fix apparently they actually did get right was making the Pokemon actually close their eyes when they get affected by sleep powder.
I'm so glad we finally caught up with status, something that's been done since Gen 5.
Yeah. I just have no words, Nintendo. I have no words for you guys because everyone was just like saying that Sonic was going to be so bad because of the pop-in, and that's like the worst complaint that they had about it.
Yeah, 0 out of 10. And
0 out of 10.
That's why. That's why it's not in the Game Awards, because the pop-in of a few trees every couple of miles.
Yeah. Okay. So basically how the pop-in works, enemies do not pop in. They are always loaded into the game, and the only things that do pop in are grass, which I don't think anyone really cares about, and trick loops, like the rails and stuff like that. Yes. Which I don't understand what the complaint is about that, because people were complaining about that stuff already being in the game, making it look less like a nature-filled area.
Why does the Sonic the Hedgehog game not look more realistic? Because last time it went realistic, you got Sonic 06.
And also, Sonic 06, like the assets, they take forever to load, right? Sonic 06 is notorious for its loading screens. Meanwhile, Sonic Frontiers is the first open world game I have ever played where fast travel takes 0 seconds to go anywhere.
Who the heck goes to Sonic the Hedgehog for realism? If you want to play a realistic open world game, go to Zelda.
Right. And then you got Pokemon Scarlet over here, Scarlet and Violet. I don't think anyone's really playing Scarlet because apparently Violet is even worse somehow.
Then why are they playing it?
I don't even understand how Violet's worse, because like the motorcycle Pokemon you ride on, it looks so unnatural in Scarlet. In Violet, it actually looks kind of cool and it's got like a little badass jet stream trail that you got coming out of it while it goes forward, but in Scarlet, it's just like it's dragging 2 long tires from its body. It just looks it looks like it's ready to have the parts of its body just start falling off at any second.
Oh.
And granted, I will say it probably took them a long time to program in every single Pokemon that they could possibly get in there.
Yes.
But you guys had twice as many people working on this, over twice as many people working on this as they did for Sonic, and yet somehow you guys cranked out a game that has 2 frames per second.
This is the problem with Sonic. Well, to be fair, there is an excuse. They do have some excuse. Sonic Frontiers took, let's say 5 years to make and develop and process and all that jazz. Pokemon is a yearly game, unfortunately. So even if they had double the manpower, they had less than half the time.
Okay, but didn't they port most of the assets from Pokemon Arceus?
I don't know. I didn't play it.
Well, I mean, I played it, and they look almost exactly the same.
They probably did port some of the models, or at least most of them. I know they couldn't have ported the Hitsuian forms.
I know Pokemon Arceus released January 28th this year, right?
Oh God, it was this year?
Yeah, it was this year.
Well, at least it was very early this year, so at least I can stomach that.
Okay, but the game was relatively functional. I mean, granted, you clipped through a lot of things a lot, and there was also a lot of pop-in that game, and the graphics were kind of garbage.
Yeah. But so was a standard Pokemon game.
I mean, I don't. You know what? They should just go back to being. They should go back to like the pixelated format. Just try to make it as clean as
Go back
possible. I
to a
mean, black and white was
handheld.
amazing.
Oh wait, there was the
Black and white
Switch.
was amazing. All I'm saying. Like, I had way more fun playing Pokemon Black, or even Black 2, than I did playing Pokemon Legends of Arceus.
I still remember when Pokemon Black introduced the fact that their eyes closed when they fell asleep. It's like that was a really big deal. It's like that was how low our standards were. Oh my god, their eye is closed.
I mean, let's be fair. Pokemon Black was like story-wise, it was amazing.
Yes, we could praise, yes, we're gonna do something very original and praise Gen 5 for hours.
Right. That's what we should. I don't know. Like every Pokemon game that's come out after that, you don't feel the same way you did about the character, like the villains of this game. Like that, you know what? My introduction to N was like my first introduction to an actually good villain.
Yes. Well, because he wasn't necessarily a villain. He could have been seen as an anti-hero.
Like, not even that. Like, he was a villain, but you understood everything that he was trying to do, and you empathized with that.
Yes. And then you have
like
Getsis.
you are doing the wrong thing for all the right reasons.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. It's like the first time I ever looked at a villain in a game ever, and was like, "Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yes.
You're wrong, but you're right."
I agree with everything you said, and I have to do everything I can to stop you.
Yeah. And again, it's like, and they never hit that same like level of stuff because, like, and you look at the one that came out after that with what's his face,
Gen 16
the red.
Flare Lysander.
I want to call him Jasper Beardley because it's like he's just got a big old red face. Like he's got a big old beard that's covering the circumference of his face. But yeah, I don't know what his name is.
The only thing I like about Team Flare is their theme song. That's the only thing I like.
Oh yeah, that's what it. Yeah, that's what it is. The leader of Team Flare. Okay, true. They did a pretty kick-ass theme song, but like their leader was just like, okay, his first introduction is like, "I'm going to change the world." Well, way to spoil it, jerk face.
And then no one calls him out on it.
Yeah, no one ever calls out his flaws. Meanwhile, N has actually done some actual thinking back and forth between it, and at the end, he admits that he's wrong and walks away.
Yeah, after a Ferris wheel ride.
Right after you essentially do after realizing that he was wrong. Like the thing is, you don't just beat him and then he admits that he was wrong. No, new information is introduced to him with Geddes betraying him, and then he realizes that this whole thing was wrong from the beginning. Yes. And he feels terrible about that.
Yes.
And then in the sequel, he passes on. He still feels relatively terrible about that, and he essentially passes on the role of like the dragon wielder onto the new main character.
Yes.
And yeah, that's just it's good. It's good stuff.
I don't even know what the villains are in Scarlet and Violet. I don't even care.
I from what I've seen, they're over the top.
Are they? Is it the team this time, or they're doing or one of they're going to do the Gen 8 thing where it's like the Pokemon team's totally going to be the bad guy? Nope, background characters.
Honestly, I can't really speak on that, but they do look really kind of ridiculous.
Hmm.
But I will say this:
Skull thing, great.
They didn't do a team thing in Pokemon Legends of Arceus, so if they're going that route, then I say, hey, maybe it might work.
What's a spin-off?
Although, in Legends of Arceus, I will say they did have one really good moment with one character. I guess it's not really a spoiler at this point because at this point, if you haven't played the game, then you're not going to. But yeah, basically the thing I don't like about it, story-wise, is that you essentially spend most of the first part of the game trying to prove yourself worthy to these people. Like, you know, they kind of live like in a merit-based system. You have to, by catching Pokemon and doing research, you are assisting them with something that's important to their culture.
Yes. Because
there is one narrative flaw with that. Basically, the people in the past, they're not very good at catching Pokemon.
No.
They're not as good as a modern person who is apparently really well versed in it and finds it very easy, relatively.
Well, duh.
Right. So that's where you come in. You're a lot better at catching Pokemon than anyone else.
Imagine if you came in with a Pokeball and they were just like, "Witch! How did you do that?"
I can't believe you succeeded in that.
It's literally like if you go back in time with an iPhone, you're gonna be accused of being a witch.
Yeah, you probably would be accused of being a witch.
Your reception here is terrible. Where's the Wi-Fi?
That is the thing, though. Basically, toward the end of the first half of the game, all these problems that you've essentially been solving, they suddenly just say, "Oh, hey, we're gonna blame you for all that," and then they just kick you out and like they say, "If you ever come back here, we'll kill you."
God, I hate that. Ugh.
But, okay, screw you guys. Screw you guys. I've done nothing but help you nonstop this entire time.
But get out. You spilled my coffee.
Yeah, you spilled my coffee. Get out. It's like that one time when Squidward turned into a giant and they're just like, "He didn't say bless you. Kill him."
That's the problem.
Yeah. And then toward the end, I will say that they did the end. They do have a twist villain in there. And honestly, okay, they make him a good villain, but not like N. No, I don't think any Pokemon villain will ever reach the same levels as N. But Volvo, he it turns out Volvo actually was the one that summoned Giratina from the beginning to bring you here, and for the sole purpose of him wanting to get his hands on Arceus.
Oh, great! So we walked right into his trap.
Yeah. Essentially, he's been planning this whole thing from the very beginning, and you have essentially been playing right into his hands by collecting all the plates and all that stuff. But he's also kind of psychotic because he plans to kill you. Like he plans to kill you and take all the plates that you collected, and then combined with the last plate that he has, he plans to summon Arceus.
I see.
And of course, he utilizes Giratina to do this.
Of course.
And then we find out the biggest twist of all. He's actually what's her name?
Spiritomb?
That's 25 minutes.
Daughter, he's like the son of someone?
No, well, obviously everyone's the ancestor. Okay. But, like, there's a lot of characters that are ancestors of other characters, but we find out that Volvo is actually the ancestor of Cynthia.
Oh, shit.
And he has the exact same Pokemon lineup as she does.
Oh, no. I hope you're all ready for Brilliant Diamond and Scarlet Pearl. And Shining Pearl.
With the exception that he also has Giratina. Or no, Giratina on his side as well. As a 7th surprise Pokemon.
7th Pokemon?
Yeah. Yeah. He's the first guy to ever break the rules.
Caboose just comes in. Wait, that's illegal.
And then what's even more crazy is that when you finally do defeat Giratina, the music kicks in, and it's like a kick-ass rock theme kicks in, and you're greeted to an even more evolved form of the evolved form of Giratina. What was it, primal form or whatever?
God damn it! Even when we're done, we're not. So he has 8 Pokemon.
Yep. Honestly, the fight was amazing, and seeing everyone's reactions to it is amazing, and honestly, that was the only good part of that, like that game's story.
Yes.
Because all the other stuff is just like basic generic stuff.
Screw
and,
the rules. I'm Cynthia's ancestor.
Screw the rules. I'm Cynthia's ancestor, and I'm a villain.
And I have a Giratina. Screw the rules. I have a Giratina.
Yeah, honestly, that was brilliant. I will say that was like the one spark of brilliance in that entire
You could
game,
say it was a Brilliant Diamond with a Shining Pearl.
Like, the thing is, you trusted this guy from the start,
yes.
But you like semi-trusted him. You like felt there was something off about him, but you like he was the only one that you could turn to when everyone else essentially like
turned on you.
Everyone else turned their backs on you. He was the one guy that didn't do it, and in fact offered you a place where you could stay.
Yes.
And then you find out this entire time that everyone, including you, has been playing into his hands.
You didn't believe in me. You just needed you. I would just still of use to you.
Yep. Honestly, that was brilliant. I will say
Yeah.
that was brilliant. A good job, Game Freak.
Congratulations, you made
Good
it
job.
second best villain.
Yeah, second best villain of Pokemon ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could. I mean, Giovanni, you could say, but
And that's why it's in the Game Awards.
yeah, I will say props to Pokemon Arceus for making it to the Game Awards. But if they ever put Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in there, like, no,
No,
I refuse.
I am for them being in the Game Awards as a Razzie.
Like, how do you have an update that makes the game worse and still be nominated for Game Awards? I refuse to believe that's a thing.
Hey, after that freaking thing with the Diglett just going inside of the guy, I'm just like, okay, you can be in the Game Awards now after that.
Why does the Diglett look like that? Why does it expand?
It's cause it's an original variant. Oy.
I am an original variant. You must. Where
am I?
Mind the...
I don't know.
Excuse me while I slap you with my body.
While inside of your body.
Oh my gosh. You know what's funny? The Pokeballs don't even close around the Pokemon sometimes.
I saw a newer glitch where it's like, this Pokemon leveled up. Oh, it's evolving. And they're both on the screen at the same time.
Oh no.
I'll send you the thing after this is done.
You know, there's apparently some glitches that are like they move you really like they're as exploit glitches, you know, like
Yes.
they can get you further in the game.
Yes.
Apparently, the patch was supposed to fix that. It didn't actually fix that.
Oops.
Meanwhile, Sonic Frontiers actually also had a patch like that, where they were
Able to fix it.
they fixed it, but also didn't. So basically, there was I can't remember what it's called, but basically, it's like it's a glitch it's an exploit you can do where you can essentially shoot Sonic going flying straight up into the air.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can use that momentum to go even further.
I see.
Like get to unattainable areas. Basically, they patched it so that newbies couldn't stumble into it, but speedrunners still could.
I see.
Right. Which I think that's kind of cool. I think they did the good thing.
That's pretty cool.
You know, I mean, I've actually tried it out myself. It's actually really fun to just click 3 buttons and then send Sonic flying into the air.
Yeah.
But I could not, for the life of me, get over the invisible wall to get to the boss area and just spawn him in.
I see.
So yeah, I mean, it does take some skill.
Indeed.
But I think it's kind of interesting that they have momentum physics in a Sonic game, but I'm getting off point. We were talking about Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, we're basically done with that conversation anyway, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah. Yeah. But, well, I mean, no. I mean, like, again, I just think it's hilarious they had a bunch of patch notes of things they quote-unquote fixed, and then I see people that have actually downloaded the bugs fixes, and not only do their games now run slower, but those fixes that they mentioned weren't actually fixed.
Nope.
And it's just disturbing to see a lot of like even characters just moving at like 2 frames per second or 3 frames per second, and they just look like they're dying on the inside. Like one guy pointed out that there's a school in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like the only area loaded in is a school, so there shouldn't be any excess assets being like loaded in, right?
Yeah.
So why are all these children kicking their legs at 1 mile per second? Or no, like 1 mile, or no, 1 mile an hour.
1 mile per second. That's pretty damn fast.
Yeah, that was my brain shut off for a second. Like, actually, more it's like 1 light year per hour. No, wait, no.
You keep making it faster. Damn, these kids are really getting a workout. I mean, either way, it's a glitch.
I mean, technically speaking, it might be 1 light year per hour if we're just going all the way back around to being that fast.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's like it's 1 meter per hour. That's what I should say.
Yep.
They're just, it's like I'm gonna move my leg over here, and then now over here, and now over here, and we're just going really slow. Meanwhile, the other characters, there's supposedly older kids in the same classroom, and they're actually not bugging out and just going at 1 frame per second.
Yep.
It's kind of disturbing to look at because like it's one thing to just have the entire screen be just 1 frame per second. It's an entirely different thing to have one part of your screen be 1 frame per second and another part be running completely smooth.
Break my head.
It makes the other characters look like aliens.
Indeed.
Boy. I don't know. All I can say is I really hope they get that fixed because that's definitely gonna need to get fixed.
Indeed.
And additionally, there's the whole glitch of the Diglett appearing directly in front of someone's crotch.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say like I was
done.
I was just gonna say I honestly kind of hope they keep that, and it's like the Skyrim glitch of the trolls where they just keep it in because it's so funny.
Oh no!
Imagine they just leave. Imagine they fix literally every glitch of the game, but leave that one where it is.
I really, really hope they don't do that, but I have a feeling they're going to.
I hope they don't do it, but I wouldn't be mad if they did.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be angry, but
it would make LPs a lot more interesting. I mean, just watching someone go through Pokemon Skeleton Battle and suddenly there's a Wiglet sticking out of their butt.
I don't know. At some point, there's just gonna be an absolutely horrifying glitch. Like, actually, there was that horrifying glitch where their eyeballs were literally like popping out of their face.
Mm-hmm.
They look like those bugs that have like the eyes that stick out from the side of their face. That just, oh boy, yeah. I don't know. I hope they get it fixed. I considered buying it myself, but it just looks so messed up to even consider.
I see.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll probably come around eventually. Then again, you never know. You never do know. I think that's as far as I got for topics to discuss for right now.
I think that's good.
Unless you have anything you want to talk about.
No, I don't got anything at the moment.
Okay, well, I guess we can just call it a day for that.
All right, well, that's the end of the podcast.
Well, that's the end of AceJimL8. Tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen, where we'll be discussing Shrakun, friend or foe. Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, I probably could have discussed the fact that my voice is now back.
Oh, now you can't.
Well, now I can't. Now I can't because we're ending the podcast. Now I can't discuss the fact that I got all my voices back except for Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse has been lost to time.
As he should be.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, now I can kind of sound like Herbert the Pervert, but now I can't really do it that well either. Oh, that sounded so wrong.
You know what the best part of this is? I'm still
What?
recording.
Wait, what?
I'm still recording.
Oh, shit. Goodbye, little boy.